Countless deaths have already been experienced. What you fear isn't death itself, but the unknown path your soul takes afterward. If you fail to recognize the luminous light of death, you'll remain trapped in an endless cycle of birth and death. Heaven and hell aren't external places. They are states of consciousness that unfold after death based on your inner state. These are the secrets we will explore, diving into the profound mysteries that have fascinated humanity for millennia. Death, often called the Great Unknown, is not a mystery. It is a passage, a transition of consciousness, unshackled from the physical body. Imagine consciousness itself transcending the flesh, unfazed by the loss of the physical form. Death is the soul's awakening, a release from the earthly shell that confines the spark within us. The Tibetans understood death not as an end, but as a continuation, a return to the source of all being. And that source is none other than the essence of you. As the soul departs the physical body, it enters profound states of mystery known as the Bardos, hidden realms where the essence of existence unfolds. In mystical traditions, death is rarely seen as a cessation. It is a transition, a movement from one state to another, like the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly. Death is a shedding of the old and the emergence of a new form, a birth into subtler realms of existence. Mystics and sages have long described death as a sacred journey, a crossing of thresholds that lead the soul from the dense physical world to realms where purification, learning, and transformation can continue. In esoteric philosophy, death is described as a return, a pilgrimage back to the source. It allows the soul to release material burdens accumulated over a lifetime and rediscover its pure essence, a state of consciousness that transcends space and time. The cycle of birth and death, often called samsara, is a process of spiritual refinement. Each death offers the soul a new opportunity to evolve, to come closer to the ultimate realization of its true nature, and to break free from the cycle of reincarnation. Ancient texts like the Tibetan Book of the Dead teach that consciousness is not a byproduct of the brain or body. Instead, it is an eternal spark, connecting every living being to a vast cosmic intelligence. Consciousness, in this view, survives physical death and continues to journey through various planes of existence. This boundless awareness, often described as the soul or spirit, transcends the temporary nature of the physical form, enduring through the transition of realms and states after death. For ancient cultures, understanding death was as important as understanding life. Death was not merely a topic of curiosity, it was a profound means of comprehending the very nature of existence. Texts like the Tibetan Book of the Dead were created as guides for the dying process, offering wisdom to assist the soul in achieving liberation. These teachings emphasize the importance of avoiding fear, attachment, and ignorance as they bind the soul to the endless cycles of birth and death. Preparation for death was considered essential. The mindset and consciousness at the moment of death were believed to significantly influence the soul's journey, making mastery of death awareness a path to inner freedom. The Tibetan concept of Bardo, meaning between, refers to the transitional states the soul navigates, not just after death, but during crucial moments in life. These Bardos represent opportunities for transformation, growth, and transcendence. Each Bardo provides a unique window for spiritual realization, a chance to break free from the patterns of samsara. The first Bardo unfolds during life itself, the natural Bardo of existence, where we actively shape our consciousness and karmic patterns. This phase, grounded in meditation, ethical living, and detachment, offers profound preparation for the ultimate transition. The next Bardo, experienced during the process of dying, involves a gradual dissolution of the physical elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. As these elements dissolve, the soul begins to detach from its physical sensations, experiencing powerful visions and sensations that can be disorienting. This stage marks the start of the soul's journey, a sacred unraveling of the body, mind, and self. The earth dissolves into water, the body grows frail, and strength fades. As water dissolves into fire, warmth retreats, and a dimming begins. Fire transitions into air, and the breath becomes shallow. Finally, air dissolves into space, leaving behind a vast emptiness, a luminous awareness that expands into boundlessness. Tibetan wisdom describes this process as a sacred gateway, where consciousness can perceive its truest nature. At this point, the soul encounters the luminous light of reality, a radiant awareness that represents ultimate truth. Recognizing this light as one's essence can lead to instantaneous liberation, breaking the cycle of rebirth. However, if the soul fails to recognize the light, it experiences visions of peaceful and wrathful deities. These are not external entities, but projections of the soul's own consciousness and karma. Tibetan teachings emphasize that these visions are opportunities for realization, reflections of the mind's illusions. Fear, attachment, and ignorance are the greatest obstacles in this state. Failing to overcome them leads the soul deeper into samsara, drawn back into patterns of suffering and rebirth. The journey through the Bardos continues with the soul entering the karmic bardo of becoming, where it is drawn toward its next incarnation. In this stage, karmic forces shape the soul's path, guiding it to new parents and circumstances based on its past actions and unresolved attachments. This realm is not one of judgment, but of evolution, where the soul is guided by its own karma toward new lessons and growth. Advanced souls, having achieved spiritual awareness, may consciously influence this process, choosing conditions that aid their spiritual journey. Yet for most, the process remains governed by the gravitational pull of past actions. Even as the soul approaches rebirth, a veil of forgetfulness descends. Past life memories fade, allowing the soul to engage fully with the new life without being overwhelmed by its history. This forgetfulness, while merciful, is not absolute. In moments of deep introspection or dreams, glimpses of past lives may emerge, offering insight into unresolved karma. Practices like meditation can help pierce this veil, offering advanced practitioners access to past life knowledge. The Bardos of sleep and meditation reflect these states, mirroring death and preparing the soul for its ultimate transition. In this way, the Bardos are not only guides for death, but also profound tools for understanding life and the eternal nature of consciousness. Through them, death becomes not an end, but a transformative journey toward boundless awareness and liberation. In understanding the mysteries of death, we uncover the profound truths of life itself. Death is not an end, but a transition, a sacred journey of the soul toward liberation and the rediscovery of its boundless essence. By embracing this wisdom, we can transcend fear and live with clarity, purpose, and inner peace, preparing for the ultimate passage with reverence and grace.